Namaste, Manoshi ji. Thank you for
Namaste.
joining me today, and I'm really grateful to you for coming here and giving your time. Let's talk about Manoshi ji, about the Mathura book that you were talking about. I grew up in Mathura, and my schooling and some of my college years, teenage years were spent there. For a long time, we were there like 14 years. So it is very close to my heart, the place Mathura, Vrindavan, and all those things. So I would like you to throw some light on that work that you have done.
Yeah, well, my book is titled Reclaiming Mathura, a historical analysis of Krishna Janambhumi. So the timeline covered is from Treta Yuga to the present conflict.
Wow.
And so during Treta Yuga, it was the Shatrughan, the brother of Sri Ram, who killed an Asura there, Lavanasur, and he established the city of Mathura. And after him, there were several, his generations ruled there. And thereafter, the Yadavas ruled. And then we all know about the Krishna episode. And after Krishna relocated, even he faced exodus with his people because of the attacks by Jarasandha.
Wow.
Krishna, he settled in Dwarka.
Wow.
And then the Mahabharata war took place due to the curse of Gandhari, that all the Yadavas, almost all the Yadavas will go extinct, even along with Krishna. Because as Krishna, he was God, but as he was born in mortal form, he had to shed his mortal identity. And after that, because Krishna, along with the majority of the Yadavas, they relocated to Dwarka, Mathura then became deserted for quite some time.
Okay.
And after Krishna, his great-grandson was Bajranab. So Arjuna went and he brought Bajranab along with the surviving Yadava women and people. He brought them back and he got them settled in various parts of the Kuru kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And Yudhishthira himself, he proclaimed Bajranab as the king of Mathura.
Okay.
And Rishi, according to the Skand Puran, Rishi Shandilya, because Bajranab was not aware where Krishna was born, where he stayed, the places of his pastime activities, so he was not aware of all of this. So he had to exactly locate all of these places. With the help of Rishi Shandilya, he actually re-established the entire Braj region. That is Mathura, Vrindavan, Barsana, Dirghapura, and all of these places. Madhupur, Madhuban. And then he built many temples there. And after that, his generations ruled Mathura for some time, and then there were many kings. And then the Puranas tell us about the sacredness of Mathura, not only from the times of Krishna, but also prior to that. And then Shiva is known as the protector of Mathura.
Yeah.
And Vishnu had been there many centuries before Krishna was born. And then we know what happened with Krishna there, what Krishna did to Kansh. So after Bajranab, several generations of the Yadava dynasty ruled, and then other kings from other dynasties also ruled. In between, I told about the Indo-Greeks and the Indo-Scythians that ruled Mathura for some time. And thereafter, the Mauryas, Guptas, they also established their rule here. The Bardhana dynasties, Harshavardhan, he also established his rule here. Then we had the Gahadavalas from Banaras. They also, Mathura was part of their kingdom as well. Then Mathura was part of the Yadava clans from Bharatpur. So in between, there have been several invasions, starting from Mahmud of Ghazni.
Yeah.
He destroyed the whole of Braj. destroyed all the forts, the standing temples. He looted all the wealth, and he took away all the vigrahas.
Yeah.
There were so many golden and silver vigrahas. So likewise, there have been several attacks, and there have been genocide of the people. Women were taken as sex slaves, and then Hindus, what they did every time, not only in Mathura, in all other parts of Bharat, after every invasion, after every temple was destroyed, Hindus, because they rebuilt all of this, they restored all of this temples, majority of the temples, principal temples. So likewise, the Krishna Janambhoomi temple was restored several times.
Oh.
The last time it was built by Bir Singh Bundela. Around 400 to 400 years ago.
Bundela family still lives.
It is there.
Yeah, it is there. And my father...
300, 200.
Yeah, when my father was young, and my father was doctor and my mother was as well. So my father has his young time photograph with Raja Bundela, one of the with them. So they ruled, and they were doing all the work, and lot of work they were doing.
So under the patronage of the Bundelas, the Marathas, under the patronage of wealthy traders, under the patronage of several other kings, Mathura was restored. Like every time it was destroyed, it was restored. And then later on, the Bundelas did a lot in restoring the entire tirthas of Mathura.
Yeah.
The Marathas also did a lot. And the last time before the temple was destroyed by Aurangzeb, Bir Singh Bundela built the Krishna Janambhoomi temple at a cost of 33 lakhs during that time.
Yeah.
And then that was destroyed by Aurangzeb. Later, a masjid was erected at the place.
Yeah.
And sometime in 1953, the present structure of the Krishna temple that we see was constructed. But the place where Krishna was born, there are several cells of the prison, right?
Yes.
Where Krishna was born. So the part of the prison cell is now in the Shahi Idgah mosque area.
And
so
I have many times we used to go to Krishna Janambhoomi, and it's all bricks inside. Some of the part of the cell is visible where there are stone. It was built of stone, and the stone had carvings on it. But the latest structure, the remaining part that they are using, so half of the main place where that vigraha is, half of it is actually the recently built area. I mean, modern times built area.
So just I have given a very, very short gist of what I have covered there, but there it is in details. The tirthas, like after the destruction of the tirthas, especially in the 17th century, most of the Vaishnava saints, they relocated all the tirthas, and there were books on that. And
they relocated to the place because of the invasions and everything.
Yes, because all of these tirthas were destroyed. So still pilgrims used to come from all across the country.
Yeah.
But Mathura lost its grandeur. And it is because of these Vaishnava saints who studied the various Puranas that contain details about the tirthas. They studied all of those tirthas, the geographical locations, and they re-established those tirthas. And then at many places, most of these Vaishnava saints, they had dreams. The deities themselves manifesting themselves and telling that yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
That's how few of the tirthas were also discovered.
Yeah, many of the vigraha were found whenever Yamuna used to flood, and then it used to go back. So sometimes they would find some vigraha out there, and but it did lose its opulence. It's no longer a place which the Mahabharata or any other uh,
Yes.
ancient text describes. It's a rather undeveloped, poor place, and but yes, still people would go to Govardhan. People would do the circumambulation of
Culturally,
Govardhan.
culturally, the place is
Culturally,
still very rich.
yeah. So you can say Atma without body is this still there.
Yes, 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 yes.
Atma
And
remains no
yes,
matter what.
yes, yes. And you have been telling about the Vigrahas when the Yamuna, like in the water, recedes the Vigrahas.
Yeah.
Here the Vigrahas are seen or under the ground. So what
Yes.
happened is during these invasions, most of the Archakas, that is the pujaris, they used to run away with the Vigrahas.
Yes.
And
To hide
there
it, to
are
save it.
several incidents of the pujaris taking these Vigrahas to Rajasthan.
Ah.
And then many of these vigrahas were hidden under the ground, and they were hidden under the water,
Yes.
the base of the rivers. And that's how till today we will almost every other day we get this news in the newspapers of getting like vigrahas discovered buried under the ground.
Yes. Yes.
Whenever there used to be some excavations, also
Yeah.
for building purpose or something, they used to find vigrahas.
Yeah. And I was reading one of the latest story where they found 108 shivling or something like that in just one of the rivers. So river used to
Yes,
be
yes.
very, very high in quite a good lot of amount of water. But when it came down, suddenly there were like, 108, they counted.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's a nice shivling with the entire yoni area and puja area and everything. I mean,
Yes, yes.
it's pain.
Like because Bharatiya civilization, there have been many ancient civilizations. Most of these ancient civilizations were destroyed within few decades of invasion, you see.
Yeah.
But Bharat is the only
Place.
surviving civilization, one of the oldest surviving civilizations, which have despite 1300 plus years of invasion, loot, plunder, genocide, etc., it is still surviving.
Yeah.
It's all because of this cultural, civilizational roots ingrained in the people of Bharat.
So other than this Mathura stuff, what is the latest thing that you are doing that we can hear from you about? New projects?
Yeah. I have been, along with my husband, whenever he gets now, due to work schedule, so whenever he gets time, he goes along. So whenever I feel like going alone, he's not, he cannot give his time as of now, so I used to go. So I have been visiting so many ancient historical sites across the country, especially also ruins across the country. For example, a few days back, I was in Chhattisgarh in the Bastar region.
Okay.
So Rachana Naidu ji, she is an advocate in Durg High Court, and she took out time from her busy schedule because Bastar is, it's a Naxal affected region, and
Yes.
there's so many people outside Bastar. They have
Balia and Bastar. Yeah, pretty.
Yes, the preconceived notion that the roads are not good, the people there, you may fall victim to Naxalism, like Naxals might attack you, and all of these rumors are there. And even if I need to go as a tourist or as a researcher, if I need to go and visit the interior places, I should actually someone who knows the place very well, who has been there, each and every historical site there. Like she was the one, and she invited me, Rachana Naidu, and I went there. And so we went to all of these places. One of her friends, Lakshmi, she gave her car. So myself and Rachana Naidu, we used to drive to the interior regions of interior villages and all of Bastar. And we came across so many temples lying in ruins which are not actually documented by national or state archaeological department. So even I wrote a letter to the local district in Kanker, DC, the magistrate. Along with the images of the murtis lying in the open, which might get stolen anytime, because we know the smuggling of artifacts is a $1 billion trade in India.
Yes.
So if their smugglers, if they happen to see all of this precious artifacts lying open, they will still smuggle away all of this. So there have been cases of most of the artifacts being smuggled out.
Yeah.
And so I wrote a letter to the district commissioner there in Kanker. Likewise, the youth there are very good, very hospitable, warmly. I was given a warm welcome in every village wherever I went, and most of these villagers, what they did is they preserved most of these murtis in their home premise so they don't get stolen. So these murtis are under their security.
Very good. Very good.
So at one place in the interior place of Bijapur was the hotbed of Naxalism. The first incident of Naxalism encounter started with Bijapur. So we went there, in an interior village in Bijapur. There are remains of 7 ancient temples, all ruins. So all of this need to be preserved.
Yes.
At least the state archaeological department should
think about all these
work
things.
towards preserving. Yeah. And the locals, they have decided to approach the state archaeological department to at least preserve the remains. Yeah, the archaeological department has restored most of the shrines, but as you know, in all across Bharat, except in North India, especially some 100 kilometers around Delhi, you will not find any ancient temple or remnants, because here it is the capital of the Islamic rulers who destroyed each and every temple. Even fort or fortresses.
And for a very long time, when we were living in Mathura and we used to visit Delhi, we were children, there were no good temples or ancient temples or anything to visit around Delhi, even in Delhi. And then they built that Akshardham. It was built while I was growing up. I used to go to college in Delhi. It was being built at that time. And now that has become something largest that exists in Delhi as a temple, actually.
Monument.
Yeah.
Yes. And it is built in the ancient style.
Yes.
There are carvings and
the architecture is
very grand.
Yeah.
A very grand temple. Yeah.
Very grand temple.
And today's times, very few temples are constructed according to the ancient traditions.
Yes. Especially in North India, a lot has been lost. And if you see today in South India, they still take care of their temple architecture, which is a different architecture than your house architecture. So they do take care of that a lot. But in North, so much was destroyed and so much has to be done that at times people just put a teen shed or a small area, and they will bring that vigraha which they are trying to save, and they will just install it there and start doing whatever they can. And they don't and it's good in a way that at least they are not waiting for somebody to put that much money and construct something grand or great. At least in the meantime, the vigrahas are being saved. And I have seen that all the way from Delhi, and even if you go to Uttarakhand and all those regions, lot of temples, Shakti temples, were installed just in this way. They were just trying to save the vigraha. They found it, they put it on the side of the road, built a small cement structure or something, and they installed it there as a Devi. And then people can, at least nobody would touch the vigraha in a bad way, or don't take it anywhere. It would become some sort of a landmark. It becomes a landmark, actually, that go to that Devi's place, and you will find another turn there. So it becomes it is saved that way. But a lot of destruction has happened. So what message would you like to give, Manoshi ji, to the viewers, to the audience? And is there anything that people can do to reach out to you and help you with your work?
Yeah, like in today's times, see, the social media, the digital revolution is there. We are connected because of social media.
Yeah.
And there are so many, because as an Indic researcher, I have been visiting one of these places across the country. You will find very less content on, compared to other humdrum contents, you will find very less content on temples, forts, fortresses, and social media.
Yeah.
Only few are there, especially researchers who publish content on this. So even this general common people, they should, whenever they visit temples, they should also take along their family, the children, because the temples and the forts are actually history in stone.
Yeah.
So you get to know about your ancestors. You get to, the carvings tell us a lot about the lifestyle of that particular period. They tell us a lot about our ancestors as a whole, ancestors of Bharat. And by studying the carvings, for example, when one goes to an ancient temple, one should take along a guide. So there are guides in almost each and every temple. So you take a guide, the guide will narrate the history, a government approved guide, because they are trained to tell the actual history of the respective temples.
Not like Taj Mahal guide who will tell you that Mumtaz Mahal died there. Mumtaz.
Taj Mahal, actually, Taj Mahal is considered as one of the seven wonders of the world. But if you see so many temples across the country, Taj Mahal is nothing.
Nothing. And Taj Mahal is also built on the temple, actually. There are carvings and there are things that are found, and today we have the history, and we know that it used to be a temple, and it's not some sort of a graveyard for somebody.
Yes.
So we need really true guides who are trained in true history.
Yes. So visit those temples and take all those government approved guides, and then take your children along, take your other family members along, and visit these places and listen and view the history in stone.
Yeah.
And then worship the deities. Again, all of these ancient temples are actually energy centers.
Yes.
So when you go to these places, you regain a lot of divine energy within yourselves. For example, like I have in few of the temples that I have visited, even outside the temple complex, the energy is overflowing.
Yeah.
For example, at Iran in Madhya Pradesh, when I and my husband visited the Dasavata temple there, almost half a kilometer away from the temple, I was getting goosebumps and tears are automatically rolling out, and I could feel the divine energy.
Same with Kamakhya temple. I went last year to Kamakhya and in Guwahati, and it's not just the temple. I felt like entire Guwahati was like that, and then that Umananda temple, that you have to take a small boat to reach there. Ferry or a boat, and then you reach that Umananda temple. That is also, to me, it felt as if the entire Brahmaputra or that whole region was vibrating in such a way with that energy. So
yes. That's what the parents should take along their complete family to these places, and let the next generation view and read and listen the history in stone. They worship the deities, take in the divine energy vibrations, relive the ancient period.
Yeah. And I tell the youngsters that you see all this social media, everything that we are storing in cloud, everything that is in a software mode right now. If tomorrow our civilization has to end, people will feel as if this entire 200 years of generation did absolutely nothing because we are not doing anything with the stones. Only the stones or metals and things like that will remain. Sometimes wood stays if it has been treated that way. Otherwise, it's solid stone craft or it is just the metallurgy that you need to know if something has to survive for that long. Every knowledge things that we are discussing on social media in the software form, just one solar flare, it doesn't have to be a planet or ice age or planet-wide destruction or comet coming down. Just one solar flare can destroy the entire electronics from the earth. So it is very important to just visit temples, understand the stones, be able to.
And yeah, and also post on social media as well, their experiences, their pictures. Then that will actually inspire other people to visit these places.
Yes. We need to come and stand up together for our temples actually. And in many ways, it's not just about donating and praying for your own health and everything. It's also about getting back the dharma that we have to spread in the world.
Shaping the foundation of the children right from the time they were born. Because in today's time, you see, almost in many families, you see both the parents are busy.
Yeah.
In a job. So they get very little time to take care of their children. So how they are nurtured also depends on how they will behave, what they will become in the future.
Yes.
Academically, they can be very powerful. They will score good marks and all. But culturally,
they will lack that part of identity. And they'll, especially the children growing out here in the Western countries, in Western countries, parents are much more worried about connecting their children to dharma, to temple, to puja, to this, that, to culture. Why? They think anyways we are not living in the culture, so that other people can also teach culture to you. Here you are surrounded by people, those who do not belong to your culture. So we take all the more effort in order to familiarize our children with the culture and Sanskriti and Dharma and everything. So we take more pains in doing that.
Yes. Because the way you are nurtured in your childhood, they will shape your future.
Yes.
Holistically, that holistic improvement, the holistic nurturing of the child should be there right from the childhood.
Yes. Thank you so much, Manoshi ji. I'm really thankful to you for joining us here, and I am sure the seekers, those who are listening to this would understand the importance of temples and would understand the need and importance and the dharma work that is being done by some of the people like you. Not everything can be done by Archaeological Society, and they haven't done much in the past, especially when it comes to spreading the information and teaching the right history. So we all of us owe a lot to you, because you took a lot of pains in teaching us the right history, especially about our culture and dharma. So thank you so much, Manoshi ji.
Thank you so much, Adiguru Prakriti ji, for inviting me to your channel for the discussion.